Hey, Celtics Nation! We're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved Boston Celtics. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. This way, you'll always stay up to date and never miss out on any exclusive news. The basketball world is reeling tonight as the Boston Celtics dropped a bombshell that no one saw coming. And honestly, the rumor mill had nothing on this one. Reports are swirling, insiders whispering, and social media is exploding as the Celtics allegedly finalized a deal to bring Kawhi Leonard from the LA Clippers to Boston. Imagine the sheer magnitude of this move. A player who has been the cornerstone of the Clippers for years, a two-time NBA Finals MVP, suddenly shifting to the storied green and white of Boston. The Celtics, already a powerhouse with a roster stacked in both youth and experience, now seemingly tipping the scales in the Eastern Conference. Fans are torn between disbelief and euphoria, analysts scrambling to adjust their predictions, and even the league office is rumored to be reviewing the paperwork to make sure everything checks out. Kawhi's reputation as the Claw, the silent assassin on the court, is legendary, and the Celtics might just have added the ultimate X factor to their championship ambitions. Every move, every tweet, every cryptic post on Instagram has fans dissecting, speculating, and dreaming about what this could mean for the upcoming season, as if the entire NBA landscape shifted overnight. Sources close to the matter suggest that the negotiations were intense, secretive, and highly strategic, with the Celtics management reportedly making multiple offers that stunned even veteran front offices. It wasn't just about money or cap space. It was about vision, about building a team that could dominate not just this season but the next decade. Leonard, whose tenure with the Clippers was marked by playoff heartbreaks and star-crossed injury woes, is rumored to have seen Boston as a city where he could cement his legacy, finally aligning with a team that has a championship pedigree and an organizational culture known for winning. Conversations behind closed doors reportedly involve star players, agents, and even former Celtics legends offering counsel on whether the fit could work. Some insiders hint that Kawhi was initially hesitant, cautious about uprooting his life, but the allure of Boston, with its passionate fan base and historic arena, seemed to tip the scales. Meanwhile, Clippers fans are reportedly in shock, flooded with a mix of anger, sadness, and incredulity, as they try to process the departure of a player who has been synonymous with their recent identity. Social media feeds are alive with memes, fan theories, and heated debates, painting a picture of a league in chaos, but also a storylines ripe for historic drama. Adding Kawhi Leonard to the Celtics does not just change Boston. It arguably changes the entire Eastern Conference. Teams that once felt confident navigating around the Celtics' defense are now staring down a player whose defensive acumen is matched only by his cold, calculated scoring ability. Analysts are already comparing this hypothetical lineup to some of the greatest teams in NBA history, debating whether Boston could become the ultimate super team without completely dismantling the existing roster. The rumor, however, also raises questions. How will the Celtics balance minutes? How will Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown adapt to sharing the spotlight with one of the league's most efficient scorers? And perhaps most intriguingly, how will Kawhi mesh with a team that thrives on both chemistry and unselfish ball movement? Inside sources hint at late-night film sessions, team meetings, and strategy discussions designed to integrate Leonard into Boston's complex offensive schemes. Even opponents are reportedly adjusting their scouting reports, trying to anticipate the ripple effects of such a seismic shift. For a league accustomed to incremental trades and cautious negotiations, this kind of headline feels like a cinematic plot twist, the kind of story that gets passed around for decades, and yet here it is, a star of Kawhi's magnitude possibly donning green for the first time, igniting a frenzy that extends far beyond Boston or LA, touching every corner of the NBA and sparking endless speculation. Rumors also suggest that this potential trade involved a delicate balancing act of draft picks, role players, and salary cap gymnastics that would make even seasoned executives break a sweat. Reports indicate that the Celtics were willing to part with assets that had long been considered untouchable in order to secure Leonard's services. This boldness is consistent with Boston's reputation for aggressive, forward-thinking moves, but it also represents a high-risk, high-reward gamble that could either catapult them into perennial dominance or destabilize the team chemistry that has been carefully cultivated. Social media is flooded with breakdowns of mock trade trees, analysts drawing up charts and probabilities, fans debating whether the deal is realistic, and every sports commentator trying to stake a claim in the unfolding narrative. Meanwhile, whispers from inside the Clippers organization suggest that the front office may have been blindsided, caught between loyalty to Leonard and the harsh realities of the salary cap and roster construction. Players around the league are reportedly calling each other, checking in to see if the news is real, with locker rooms buzzing like never before. The speculation alone is turning the NBA off-season into an unprecedented spectacle, a carnival of hope, fear, and wild projections. Kawhi Leonard in Boston isn't just a rumor. It's a storm gathering momentum, and everyone wants to know whether it will finally break or fade into another almost-happened headline. From the fans' perspective, the mere hint of Kawhi Leonard joining Boston has unleashed a wave of emotion that spans the spectrum from ecstatic jubilation to bitter outrage. Celtics supporters are already imagining banner nights at TD Garden, envisioning Leonard's calm, measured demeanor paired with Tatum's explosive offense and Brown's relentless athleticism, picturing a lineup that could redefine what it means to be a championship contender. Conversely, Clippers fans are diving into threads, highlighting Leonard's loyalty, his time in LA, and the heartbreak of losing a franchise cornerstone. The city of Boston itself is reportedly buzzing, with bars, sports shops, and social media feeds becoming theaters of speculation and celebration, as if the rumor alone is enough to make history. Analysts are even drawing comparisons to previous blockbuster trades in NBA history, debating whether this move could eclipse some of the most shocking transactions ever, in terms of both talent and cultural impact. Inside whispers suggest that even television networks and streaming services are eyeing this potential deal, preparing to leverage the story for primetime coverage and endless content. The rumor has transformed ordinary news cycles into an immersive experience where every interview, every press release, every cryptic social media post is dissected for hidden meaning, with fans hungry for confirmation or denial, creating an ecosystem of suspense that few trades in recent memory have managed to generate. While nothing has been officially confirmed, the momentum behind the story continues to grow at a pace that is hard to contain. Every day, every hour seems to bring new insider tidbits, fueling the rumor mill and deepening the intrigue. Some reports even suggest that Boston's coaching staff has been quietly strategizing potential rotations, contemplating how to maximize Leonard's defensive impact while preserving the chemistry that has propelled the team in recent seasons. Meanwhile, sports betting platforms are reportedly adjusting odds in real time, reflecting the public's growing belief that this trade could actually materialize, as if speculation itself is shaping reality. League executives are said to be monitoring the chatter closely, not just for procedural reasons, but because the psychological impact on other teams and players could be profound. And through it all, the question remains, will Kawhi Leonard actually put on the green jersey and bring his championship-caliber skills to Boston, or is this just the NBA's latest fever dream, destined to live forever in rumorland? Whatever happens, the narrative is already writing itself, and fans, analysts, and players alike are caught in the whirlwind, debating, dreaming, and wondering if this unprecedented move could finally change the NBA's balance of power in ways no one can fully predict. The potential arrival of Kawhi Leonard in Boston is sending shockwaves far beyond just the Celtics roster, because the ripple effects could redefine the entire NBA landscape. Eastern Conference contenders are reportedly re-evaluating strategies, lineups, and even draft priorities in anticipation of a Boston team that could become nearly unstoppable. Coaches are holding emergency meetings, analysts are furiously typing projections, and fan forums are overflowing with scenarios ranging from dream finals matchups to nightmare collapses. Some insiders suggest that teams like the Milwaukee Bucks, Miami Heat, and Philadelphia 76ers are already internally panicking, recalculating how to counter a Celtics squad suddenly armed with arguably the league's most versatile two-way star. Meanwhile, whispers from around the Clippers organization indicate a complicated emotional reaction. Relief over new roster flexibility, but also frustration at losing a player whose presence shaped an entire team culture. Social media is ablaze with debate over whether Leonard's quiet, methodical leadership style will mesh with Boston's fast-paced offense or whether it will disrupt the chemistry that has made the team a perennial contender. Analysts have begun mapping out hypothetical playoff brackets, imagining Kawhi in clutch situations, shutting down rival stars while orchestrating his own cold, efficient scoring. Every tweet, post, and insider leak is dissected for nuance as fans try to read between the lines, and even casual observers are feeling drawn into this high-stakes drama that feels like a season-long cliffhanger before it even officially begins. But before we continue, please remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest news about the Boston Celtics. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. Speculation surrounding Kawhi Leonard's potential impact on Boston isn't just limited to the court. It extends into marketing, ticket sales, and global NBA branding, which insiders claim could skyrocket if this trade comes to fruition. Merchandising departments are reportedly already brainstorming new jerseys, apparel lines, and exclusive fan experiences, imagining the surge of enthusiasm and revenue that a superstar of Leonard's magnitude could generate. Sponsorship talks are allegedly intensifying, with brands eager to associate with a team suddenly perceived as an unstoppable force. Meanwhile, fans in Boston are reportedly preparing for a cultural shift in their support, with watch parties, fan clubs, and social media campaigns mobilizing around the idea of a Celtics dynasty reinvigorated by a player with championship pedigree. Analysts are debating how Leonard's presence will impact team dynamics, including rotations, defensive assignments, and leadership hierarchies, with some suggesting that his arrival could elevate both Tatum and Brown to unprecedented levels of performance. Yet, there is a tension in the narrative, as any blockbuster trade carries risk. Injuries, personality clashes, or a mismatch in playing style could undermine expectations. Even casual observers are feeling the electricity, sensing that this rumor is more than just speculation. It is a narrative primed to redefine expectations and shift the balance of power in a league already addicted to drama, with every insider whisper adding fuel to a fire that could burn all season long. Rumors indicate that Boston's front office executed this potential trade with surgical precision, balancing salaries, draft picks, and player movement in a way that insiders say borders on genius. Sources hint that extensive planning went into evaluating not just Leonard's talent, but his fit with the team's culture, personality, and long-term goals, ensuring that this move is about sustainable dominance rather than a one-off gamble. Clippers executives, meanwhile, are rumored to be weighing the pros and cons of this deal internally, caught between the heartbreak of losing a superstar and the practical advantages of freeing up cap space and acquiring future assets. Fans of both teams are on high alert, with social media threads stretching endlessly as every detail is analyzed, dissected, and debated. Analysts are already producing comparative charts of previous trades and blockbuster moves, drawing parallels to history while projecting potential outcomes. Kawhi's reputation as a calm, calculated, and almost unshakable player adds an element of intrigue, as observers debate whether his quiet demeanor will stabilize or dominate Boston's locker room. The rumor alone has created an atmosphere of suspense reminiscent of playoff intensity, with every news cycle, insider tip, or cryptic tweet potentially signaling the next move in a drama that has already captured the imagination of fans worldwide, transforming ordinary speculation into a living, breathing narrative. Speculation about Kawhi Leonard's integration into the Celtics system also raises questions about playing style, rotation, and offensive strategy that insiders say are being meticulously debated behind closed doors. Coaches are reportedly reviewing hours of film, mapping out scenarios where Leonard's defensive prowess can create fast break opportunities while maintaining team cohesion. Sources suggest that Tatum and Brown may need to adjust their approaches, sharing offensive responsibility with a player who is known for his efficiency, patience, and ability to perform under immense pressure. Meanwhile, analytics teams are modeling potential outcomes using advanced metrics, exploring everything from plus-minus impact to floor spacing adjustments, all in an effort to forecast the true effect of adding a superstar who changes the equation entirely. Fans are engaged in spirited debates, theorizing lineups, and imagining clutch moments in high-stakes games, while insiders hint at late-night strategy sessions and confidential discussions about chemistry and leadership. The rumor, pervasive and persistent, has transformed the offseason into a spectacle of anticipation, as though the NBA itself is holding its breath, waiting to see whether a seismic trade could indeed come to pass. Every whisper, every hint, and every leak feeds into a narrative where reality and speculation blur, creating a drama that feels both inevitable and unprecedented. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Boston Celtics, please subscribe to our channel and give the video a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.